Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I'm diving into Black Jelly by Aurora Pedanios, also known under their San Rafael 71 brand in Canada and the States, where I spent most of my childhood. This strain is a cross between TO37 and Alien Cake 3030, resulting in a high THC sativa leaning hybrid with a unique terpene profile that immediately caught my attention. Now, if you followed my reviews for a while, you know Aurora usually doesn't disappoint me, except for their Cosmic Cream, which I felt was a bit muted when it first came out. But Black Jelly, this one is a different story, and I enjoyed it in multiple ways, so let's break it down. Lineage and terpenes. What makes Black Jelly unique? Black Jelly has a distinctive aroma, often described by others as having hints of licorice and aniseed, but I know my strains well, and Durban Poison is one of my all-time favourite strains when it comes to aroma, along with any other pure South African landrace sativa. So when I heard people saying that this had Durban-like qualities, I had to grab it and put it to the test. And yeah, I can see what they mean. It's very slightly Durban-like with faint aniseed notes, but it leans much closer to a Mexican sativa profile rather than a distinct aroma that stays in the air from South African genetics. It's a very layered, complex, and not as straightforward as Durban Poison or Bangi Haze. It does have some resemblance though, and in a market where we don't get a lot of strains with that kind of terp profile, it's probably the closest we've had so far. The Big Nasty has a slight similarity to it, the Glitter Bomb, but only because of the Girl Scout Cookies lineage, which carries that Durban Poison heritage. However, because Girl Scout Cookies is already a generation away from pure Durban, that licorice quality isn't as pronounced anymore. It's been changed and altered in the breeding process and tastes of something split between Durban and the GSC and something else. But with Black Jelly, it's hinting at that Durban-like profile just slightly. However, it's more complex than that, which is what makes it so different. It has layers to it, adding a depth that makes the aroma and taste stand out uniquely. It's not quite Durban, not quite Mexican, and not quite Girl Scout Cookies. It's its own thing, and for that reason I rate it highly. It's a layered, complex, and really enjoyable strain. Breaking down its lineage, TO37, this parent strain carries noticeable sativa influences, contributing to the lively, uplifting effect that defines Black Jelly. And Alien Cake 3030, a cross of Alien OG and Wedding Cake, brings dense bud structures and creamy undertones, adding richness to the overall profile. This combination really does result in a complex and layered terpene profile, making it stand out amongst other strains in the market. Effects and strength. How does it hit? Well, when it comes to the high, this one is just right. It doesn't hit too light or too heavy, it's balanced. First few hits I noticed was cerebral, uplifting head buzz, which gave me a clear-headed, energetic feeling, definitely pointing to productivity, and that's the sativa influence there. Mid-session, the body high starts settling in, and this is where it really shines. It's relaxing, but not in a way that locks you to the couch. Instead, it's that perfect middle ground where you feel good but still functional and engaged. As it fades, no sudden crash, no harsh drop off, just a smooth transition back to baseline. 3 tubs lasted me a while, so I wasn't burning through it like I have with weaker strains. That tells me that it's strong enough to hold up, but not overwhelming to the point where you feel that you need to tap out. Not that I ever need to tap out anyway, but consumption methods. How did it perform? Now let's talk about how I consumed Black Jelly, because this was enjoyable in multiple ways. The TinyMight 2, the vaporizer, the flavor absolutely popped in the TinyMight 2. I love using this vaporizer because it really lets you experience the full terpene profile of any strain. With Black Jelly, I found that at lower temperatures the special notes came through beautifully, while at higher temps it developed more of a earthy and slightly creamier undertone from the Alien Cake genetics. It was smooth, flavorful, and super enjoyable in the TinyMight 2, giving me a nice balance of effects without any harshness. When smoked, the strain still maintained its flavor pretty well, although they advise against smoking it, though the subtle licorice-like note became even fainter. However, the Mexican sativa aroma was still noticeable, especially on the exhale. The high was quick to hit, and I found that it lasted a good amount of time before tapering off smoothly. Decarbing, I even decarbed it and ate some, so now I also experimented with decarbing Black Jelly, baking it in the oven for 8 minutes, 10 minutes, and then eating it directly. Or I also made a couple cakes out of it. I love testing different ways to consume my strains. Surprisingly, this method gave a really nice slow building effect that felt even more relaxing on the body compared to vaping or smoking it. The flavour wasn't super strong, but the effects lasted much longer, making it great for nighttime use or a longer lasting daytime session. Is it worth it? Is it for the buck? For me, this is definitely a strain worth having in rotation. These terps are unique, the effects are well balanced, and it is complex. It lasts long enough to justify the price. And if you're someone who loves interesting flavours and a smooth controlled high, then the Black Jelly is a solid pick. That said, if you're looking for something with a super hard, heavy hitting potency, that might not be the strongest option out there. It's not weak by any means, but it's more of a flavourful and balanced strain rather than a knockout puncher. Final verdict, is Black Jelly worth it? Aurora's Black Jelly San Rafael 71 delivers in multiple ways. The unique terpene profile, the smooth, well-balanced high, and the versatility across different consumption methods make this a great all-round strain. It's one of those strains that you can enjoy in different ways without getting bored of it, and that's something I really appreciate. If you're after a super strong couch locking strain, as I said, this might not be your best bet, but if you're looking for something with flavour, balance, and a nice steady high, Black Jelly is a solid choice. My final score, probably 8.5 out of 10. Great flavour, smooth high, and enjoyable in every way I tried it. If you've tried Black Jelly by Aurora, also known as San Rafael 71 in the States, drop your thoughts in the comments, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss future reviews. Until next time, stay lifted, stay terped up, and don't settle for muted flavours. Peace out.